put your hands together. Come on, put them together like this. Yeah. Come on, y'all. We're going to take everything that the devil stole. Now, everything that the devil stole, God, give it back to me. Everything that the devil stole, God, give it back to me. We're taking everything that the devil stole, God, give it back to me. Everything that the devil stole, God, give it back to me. Can't have my joy, can't have my peace, can't have my faith, can't have my faith. Want everything, everything that the devil stole, God, give it back. Yeah, God's gonna give it back to me. Everything, yeah, God, give it back to me. Give it back to me. Everything that the devil stole, God, give it back to me. Everything that the devil stole, everything the devil stole, I'm gonna get it back. Everything that the devil stole, God, give it back to me. Can't have my joy, can't have my peace, can't have my faith, want everything. My joy, can't have my peace, can't have my faith, I want everything. Signals, he's destined for hell. Every little lie, he's gonna tell. Many things they tried to steal from me. Everything, back to me. Everything that the devil stole, yeah, God's giving it back to me. Everything that the devil stole, oh, God's giving it back to me. Everything that the devil stole, God's giving it back, giving it back to me. Hey, can't have my joy, can't have my peace, can't have my faith, I want everything. Can't have my joy, can't have my peace, can't have my faith, I want everything. Can't have my joy, no, my peace, no, my faith, I want everything. Can't have my joy, no, my peace, can't have my faith, I want everything. I want to share this with you. How bad do you want yourself? We got to go back to the devil's territory and get everything that he stole from us in the last 3 years. I want it all back. Give it all back. Tried to take me out before my time. But I thank God he's controlling my life. Yes, he is. Yeah, give me back my daughter. Yeah, give me back my peace. Give me my possession back. And my destiny, I want everything. I want everything. I want everything. God gave to me. Tried to kill, steal, and destroy. I thank God he's the bringer of my joy. I want everything. Tried to take my child, tried to take my money, tried to take my things. Tried to know I want everything. Destroy my home, tried to ruin my joy. I want it all. Joy that keeps me shouting. I want it all. Peace to keep my mind. I want it all. Faith to keep me believing. Yeah. God's word that keeps me going. I want it back. I want everything. Give me my diamonds and my gold. Give me my children and the next generation. Give me my wealth, even my health. I want everything. Come on, put your hands together while we stomp on the devil's head.
It's supposed to be a mix. All right, y'all. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. It's late. I got up way too early today and then fell asleep. And I woke up. It was too late to do anything. It was too late to do anything, y'all. Hey, Nia. Welcome, dear. Now, Nia and Liz know because we talk behind the scenes. Tomorrow, we're taking the GS9 Plus up to the local bike shop. If they can't fix it, then I'm going to come back and we're going to get I found a place. It's called Pikesville Auto. Because see, if you go up here and you type electric bike repair shop, a lot of things come up. Race Pace, this is where we took the Swagtron to. The Swagtron EB5 when we got a flat, we would go there. That's on St. Paul. That's not too far from here. But they only open Wednesday through Saturday or Wednesday through Sunday or something like that. So they'll be open tomorrow at 11 a.m. I'm going to take the bike there in the morning. It's a little more than a mile from where I'm at now. So we'll take the bike there and we'll take a look. Baltimore Bicycle Works doesn't do electric bikes. They don't do electric bikes. But there's one place Pikesville Bicycle Shop. It's 1416 Ricerstown Road, Pikesville, Maryland. The zip code is 21208. I live in 18. So y'all know they also open up 11 a.m. on Wednesday, which is why I wasn't able to call them. So we're going to call tomorrow. Now they say they do e-bikes. So we'll see if they can handle it. That's the only place that I was able to find. Joe's Bike Shop, Baltimore Bicycle Works, Cutlass Velo. Wait a minute. Cutlass Velo. I didn't see this one. Let me go to the website. I don't remember that name. Do they do e-bikes? That's a regular bike. Hold on. So what's this? Okay, service. Let's look at service. Service. Known for expert wheel dream bike to life. Custom bike builds, complete bike sales, build and service consultation, overhauls and tune-ups, custom wheel builds and wheel service, component consultation and upgrades, bike washing and drivetrain cleaning, tubeless tire consultation, bike refinish. I don't see nothing that says anything about e-bikes. It doesn't say anything about electric bikes. I'll give him a call tomorrow. Let's check this place out. Pedal Fun Cycles. Go to the website. They open 11 a.m. on Wednesday too. Okay, you have to make an appointment to go here. A lot of these because of the pandemic, you have to make an appointment. Oh, wait a minute, sir. Where's your stuff at? It says they moved 6505 York Road. Okay, so we passed this on the day we went to York Road, but I don't see anything. They don't tell you nothing. How kind of website is this? Is like a little toy website. So I'm gonna check them out tomorrow. I'll give them a call. See. What else we got to look at here? Joe's Bike Shop wasn't no help. 518 Belvedere, East Belvedere. 518 East Belvedere. Okay, well, that's on our side of town. Yeah, well, that's on our side of town. Okay. I don't remember seeing this in my travels, but let's check it out. Baltimore Cycle Works. Let's go to the website. All right, let's check it out here. Y'all see anything electric? Tube replacement, wheel build, complete build from frame, tune up, single speed, multi-speed drivetrain, performance, pedal stroke, optimization, advanced. None of that sound electric. Anybody got an electric bike? No. I don't see anything that says electric. Well, this is why we gonna go look at Pikesville Bicycle Shop. It's so far. It is so far. Bike repair. Let's go. Is it electric? Basic tune-up. Performance tune-up. Grease hubs. True wheels. Adjust bottom bracket. Here we go. Electric bike tune-up. Currently only servicing the following brands. Any Shimano steps, Bosch, Cable, and Hogan. Well, Paselec uses Shimano shifters. Minor cleaner of your e-bike. Adjust brakes. Adjust headset. Clean lube and chain. Adjust front and rear derailleur. Adjust hubs, bolt check, true wheels, adjust bottom bracket, secure wiring, and check function of motor and controller. Take it for a test ride. That's the only people that mention anything. Check function of the motor and controller. So this is $139. And it's going to cost money to get over there. I know in the cab it's going to be, y'all remember that day when I went to the lawyer's office? We going out that way. Yeah, well, it's a tune-up, but if I'm going to ask them if they can look, since they say they check the wiring and check the function of the motor and controller. It's something between the throttle, the controller, and the motor that shorts out. It's something that's cutting out, because it'll work 1 minute and then it won't. You let it rest for a minute and it works fine. Soon as you get to a hill or you run it hard, then it won't. But you let it rest a minute, it's like nothing happened. And then all of a sudden it'll stop. So I don't know if it's the motor, I don't know if it's the controller, or I don't know if it's something wrong with the throttle. But it can't just be the throttle, because the pedal assist is not working either. This looks like it could be expensive. And I already know that the people that's going to have a real electric bike shop, they're going to be in the boom coons. I'm talking about the boonies. But that's the only one that actually mentioned electric bikes. Because see, you have to realize that a lot of people don't work on electric bikes. Well, I am going to call. I'm going to call before I go anywhere. They all open at 11 o'clock. I would have liked to have been at the shop at 11 o'clock. The one close to here, but I asked the seller to send me some money. I know at last count, we was at, send me some money. If he want to get these bikes fixed and sold, he going to send me some money. But I'll go see how much it is. If he send the money, I'll get it fixed. If I can, and if I can't, then oh well. But don't say I'm not doing stuff on my part. The fact of the matter is, most people get scared because of the name. Liz, the majority of them are going to say that they don't work on the bikes. Because see, here's the problem. Most people don't know what a Paselec is. They don't know what a Paselec is. So they get nervous. And so what you do is, you say, well, you heard electric, right? You heard of Saunders. It's just another bike company. They all make the same bikes. Liz said he shouldn't be sending them to you if they require repair. I'm going to be honest with you, Liz. I thought it would be cosmetic stuff. You know, maybe the fenders. You know. That's what I thought. I didn't think that they were going to send bikes that were really broke. Why would they accept them? Bob, you said that. And I told you at the end of the show, it might not have went through. But I did look. Didn't nothing pop up. Hold on. In my area. Velo Fix. It's already right there. I told you I looked it up already. Well, here we go. Enter your zip code. Choose a service. I don't see anything that say electric. Continue. Service packages, tune packages, build a bike, on-site ski service. Let's try service packages. No service. We are sorry to say we do not offer our mobile bike shop service in your area. We are hopeful we can expand our services in the near future. And they're asking me to sign up. Let's try a different zip code. Come on, man, back out. Why you not backing out? Let's try a different zip code. Let's try that. Nope. Do not offer. Anybody else got any ideas? Mobile bike mechanics. Okay. What are you doing? Why you keep skipping up? Like somebody scared. All right. Spokesman, mobile repair. Go to the website. Services we offer: spring tune-up, bring the bike store to you. Family oriented. Here we go. Electric bike service. All right. Avington, Ride Up One, Juiced, and Red Power. Wait a minute. Before we do anything, let's see what they offer. Simple tune-up, comprehensive tune-up, new bike assembly, e-bike assembly, e-bike tune-up, including full electronic component check, family e-bikes tune-up special, that's for 4, child bike assembly, adult trike assembly, follow-up visit. Type of bicycle, electric e-bike. I'm trying to show everything, computer. You're trying to dox me. Okay, so I guess this one. All right, now please describe the work needed. Um, I should have put that in the front. Hold on. Okay. One. No, it shouldn't need you. It's a brand new bike. I'm gonna have to block the screen for a second. Hold on. I don't want to dox myself. Ain't nothing there. Come on, man. I ain't got an image. Are you serious? Give me. I ain't gonna say nothing. Just shut up. Just shut up and do your job. Just shut up. That don't make no sense. Alrighty. Come on back. Come on back. Copy email address. Let me send it to Liz so I know where it is. All right. All righty. Thanks, Bob. He said they don't service my neighborhood either, but they service New York State right next to me. Liz said, so what do you do with the bikes that don't work? Well, we supposed to fix. Did this man expect me to take them somewhere and get them fixed and then sell them used? I got news for you. I'm about ready to throw them things in a box and send them back to the factory. I'm not no bike salesman. Pushing the coupons is one thing. Well, I don't think he want this bike back because the motor went. Unless he's going to send another motor. Now, if he send another motor, he going to send a whole back wheel. I don't know how to take apart the motor from the wheel. He's sending another motor. I can go out there and maybe sell it on the street. Maybe take it to the flea market. The GS9 that's in the bedroom, we're gonna try and get that fixed next. He supposed to be sending a new controller, but he keep saying that he gonna send. The same way our battery that we paid for that back in May. We ain't got our battery yet. The battery that we bought for that bike, which we don't even need because we got the battery from the PX1. Remember we were carrying 2 batteries? So I don't even need that battery. Because I got 2 sitting here. Unless he's going to send a motor. That bike ain't going nowhere. Not that one. Nia said sell deeply discounted as is. That was it was a dumb idea and I wasn't thinking. I was thinking, hey, I'm going to have me some e-bikes to ride. That's what I was thinking. It didn't occur to me, hey, wait a minute. People are hesitant to work on e-bikes, especially when they don't know the brand name. Didn't occur to me. Bobcat said you should start dealing with Kiki. She's a serious businesswoman. Nia said sell deeply discounted as is. But here's the problem. Let's say you try to sell it for $500. You got to pay $100 and something to ship it to the person, unless I find them on the street. They spent $100 shipping it to me. If it costs $150, $200 to get it fixed, where's their profit at? I'm saying to you, where is their profit? Y'all understand? That's the next question. And I asked him, I said, are you going to send me some money? I'm waiting for him to respond. The only reason I'm willing to take this bike up the street is because it's the motherload. I'll take That's a pretty good idea in there. Now, because this supposedly is a brand new bike that just happens to have a sensor or something wrong, if it's that simple and I can get it fixed for under $100, I'll be good to go with that one. I don't care about the other two. But this one has the 1100 watt motor. This the one I'm interested in. Supposedly it's brand new. So hopefully it just got a glitch. The problem is finding somebody who knows how to deal with the glitch. That's our problem. Well, my problem. Finding somebody who knows how to deal with the glitch. It got a couple glitches to it. I wouldn't mind keeping it. Yeah, and if it's the motor, then the bike ain't worth nothing. That 750 watt motor, are they going to send me another 750 watt motor? Then I got to pay somebody to take the old motor off and put the new motor on. So we don't know if it's the motor or if it's the controller. But I know that when you hit the switch, the wheel spins. Even when it doesn't go anywhere, it still spins. It'll spin. And you hit it again and it'll spin. So it's trying. Something's not letting it. And that's the question. Where is the controller located on the bike? If it's the same as the GS9, it's right there in the handles. Not the handles. You know, you got the first tube that come down, the tube that hold the battery up near the fork. That's where it is. It's two screws you take out, and you take off the black panel. You take off the black panel, and then you can access it. And then it's another screw behind it. You pull the battery out, and after you disconnect everything, it slides right down the tube. Now, they supposed to be sending me one for the GS9. If they do, I would try to switch them. He sent me a little video, and it's complicated, but it's not that hard. I think it's just a matter of matching them all up. I'm tempted to take the controller out and try to fiddle with it, but I don't want to damage it. That's a $2,000 bike. I don't want to fiddle with it and then go take it somewhere and they go, "Hey, did you do this?" And I go, "Yeah." They say, "If you hadn't done that, we could fix the bike." I don't want it to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be like that. Be like, "Well, if you hadn't messed with this, this would have been an easy fix. But since you messed with it, now we need this, we need that, we need this." So I'm trying to keep my paws. Trying to keep my paws off the bike. So, like you said, it could be the speed sensor. I don't know what the speed sensor look like. Guess I could Google it. And that's another thing. Unless you speak Philippines, unless you speak Chinese, you can't find information. Now, if you understand them languages, Google Translate be in overdrive trying to translate. Trying to find information on the bikes. Now, if you understood the language, it'd be different. I don't know if y'all remember, but back when they used to have crackberry.com and when they had XDA, y'all remember them? them online sites where people would go and they would modify their phones. A lot of the times, those modifications were done overseas, and the people translated them, and then would come and bring it to us. Just like if you go overseas and you say, I want a Verizon phone, they're going to look at you sideways. Y'all know Verizon is only in the United States? Did y'all know that? That's the reason why, ever since the S5, all the Verizon phones are unlocked. What do you mean they unlocked? Well, Sprint and Verizon used to lock their phones down. And so if you stole somebody's phone, you couldn't do nothing with it. It didn't use a SIM card. You got it connected at the place. If the Verizon technician or agent didn't do it, you couldn't do nothing with the phone. That's why you see a lot of Sprint phones for sale, because you can't do nothing with them. They be dirt cheap. You can't do nothing with them. That CDMA, you couldn't do nothing with it. But now that they formed with T-Mobile, Sprint has SIM cards in their phones now. Before they didn't. But Verizon had to make their phones unlocked. And they had to put a SIM card slot in there. Because when you go overseas, your phone is dead. Verizon is only in the United States. Once you leave the country, your phone is dead. You have to pick up a local. Bobcat said that because Verizon and Sprint are CDMA old technology. Liz says, or not pay your phone, and they will lock. Yeah, they can lock your phone up. See, it ain't like with T-Mobile and AT&T and Simple Mobile and Crack Phone and all the other companies. You just get another SIM card, put it in there, there you go. You couldn't do that with them. But the FCC made Verizon, in order to get them the spectrum they needed for their 4G LTE, they made them make their phones world phones. And what a world phone mean is, that's another way of saying universal. So let's say I'm in, say I'm in South Korea. When I get off the plane in South Korea, I gotta find a phone store. I gotta go buy me a SIM card and put that in the phone. And while I'm in South Korea, whatever phone company that is, that's what I'm going to be using. Now, when I get off the plane, I'm back in the United States. Soon as we come within range, I can take that SIM card out and I could use my Verizon. See, a lot of people don't understand. You can get a phone early than everybody else in the United States if you know somebody in another country, because they test them out over there before they bring them here. They get the kinks out. Other countries want 2 SIM cards in the phone. We don't. We're never going to do with 2 SIM cards. They want 2 phones in one. Who the heck called you that much you need 2 SIM cards? Be like, all right, hold on a sec. The other line ringing. Hold on. Yeah, what you want? Oh. Yeah, the rest of the world uses GSM. Well, it's coming down because with the split, now the Sprint is merged with T-Mobile. They're gonna have to dump that CDMA. But the problem is, they still have to keep it. That's the one thing y'all don't understand. There are people who have phones that are old. Like, this is a Samsung S5, Verizon. People still walk around with these S5s. Now, this is the one they started with. But the first batch of them, they didn't make that way. I had to run around Baltimore County to every mall to try to find somebody that had the phone set up for GSM, because the first batch didn't come out with that. But later when the ruling came, they had to change them. So the second batch. So there are people who still have a CDMA only S5. There are people who have a CDMA only S4, S3, S1. There are still people walking around with that old phone. Yes. So imagine if you had a Verizon flip phone from 1995 and you were still using it. They would have to keep that CDMA open so you could use it. Otherwise, you'd be like, well, I'm going someplace else. And they're going to lose the money. Because, see, you might not want a fancy phone. You got a lot of people that got them jitterbugs. They don't care about no fancy phone. They don't care about a phone at all. Phone is a phone. And you got some people that live by that phone, die by that phone, can't stay off social media, got their jobs contacting, customers calling them. Some people live by that phone. Other people, phone is just, hey, how you doing? No, all right, bye. Click. So, Liz says she has Verizon and doesn't plan on changing. How often do you leave the country, dear? You ain't leaving the country every week. Why should you switch? This phone is on the Verizon network. The company I'm with is owned by Verizon. Now, here's the difference. If I want to download or stream a movie and you want to download and stream a movie at the same time, you're going to get priority. But you're paying for that priority. I pay $40 a month. Unlimited everything. Unlimited hotspot. And unless I can find a iPhone, I could have up to 5 people on that unlimited hotspot. But that's the one restriction. You can only have one Android phone on that hotspot at a time. That's the restriction. And people on the regular Verizon get priority on the towers. So, you might be paying $80 or $90. I might be paying $40. But that's the difference. And I'm being nice when I say 80. Verizon is high. I remember this was back in 2013. I was in the mall looking at Verizon's plans. And for you to get 1 megabit of data, unlimited calls, they wanted like $35. I was like, you drunk. Liz said she don't ever use the hotspot. Well, we use the hotspot when we go out and do the mobile lives. Now, we've been using the Verizon line. Well, the prepaid Verizon line. We've been using this line. And we've been using the unlimited hotspot, and we either use the Obama phone, which supposedly supposed to have unlimited data. But it's amazing how, I don't know if it's the phone or they just cheat with the data, but somehow unlimited don't mean unlimited. Or I take the S5 out and I connect it to the hotspot. I connect it to the hotspot of this phone, and this has image stabilization. This don't. But we've been using this on the StreamYards. But this has image stabilization. This don't. So when y'all see the lights bouncing around and it look retarded, it ain't much I can do about that. It ain't much I can do about that. Liz said Verizon is high. That's the only thing she don't like. Yeah, well they high. Like I said, some places could only get Verizon and they had to pay it. People in the hills, people in the boonies, they gotta pay it. There ain't no tower nearby. You don't want to mess around with the antennas like I was doing. Like I said, I'm sitting here looking at Marsha, and I would like to have her working. I don't care about the other two bikes. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care about it. I'm looking at the PX1 sitting right there. I don't care about that bike. It's sitting right there folded up. The one that stranded us in the woods. And the Jam Brady is in the bedroom. That thing came DOA on arrival. And like I said, I would have loved to have taken that to the hospital. But we'll take the PX5. I think, they don't tell you until like the day before. But I think I got an appointment. I don't know if it's the 8th or the 9th. I know it's around there. I don't know if it's the 8th or the 9th. It's one of them. So like I said, I'm going to try to get Marsha fixed. Only because I want to feel that 750 watts of power. But I can be honest with you. Call me an Uber, box all three of these things up and send them right back where they came from. Because I'm still down to one bike. I only got one bike. The bike the stimulus paid for. You got 3 bikes. You got 4 bikes here. And I can only confidently ride one. So, it's like dead weight. Taking up space. Nia says Sprint is now T-Mobile. I purchased a Samsung Galaxy tablet. It had to be activated via T-Mobile. So that's good. But you still got a lot of old Sprint people that's on that CDMA that ain't trying to get their phones up. You can go on eBay and see all the Sprint phones. They come out everywhere. People trying to unload them. I remember I bought a Samsung phone watch. I bought it off of somebody. And I didn't know it worked on the watches too. Because it was a Sprint one. There was no way to activate it unless you was with Sprint. I said, what God doing? I said, God darn. So yeah, I guess we should go ahead and push the bikes, but I wanted to get y'all input. I'm going to take. I'm going to bring. I'm going to bring. I'm not taking all that stuff off the bike. I'll bring the 360. I'll bring the 360 because the mount's already on. The mount's already on. I didn't take it off yet. The mount's still on. Still on Marsha. So we're gonna bring the 360 camera. So y'all won't be live with me. But we're gonna bring the 360 camera. We're gonna take it up there because it might be real short. I might go up in there. They might go. Well, I'm gonna call before I go. And I'm gonna ask them, can they work on it? If they can, I'll take the bike up there and I'll see what they say. Still haven't heard nothing. Still haven't heard nothing from the seller. I don't know, but if he's thinking I'm going to spend my money to fix his bikes, he ain't lost his mind. But I just texted him. I told him that he need to give me an allowance or a spending limit, or what is he willing to put into these bikes if he want to get them fixed. If I get Marsha fixed, he ain't getting Marsha back. He gonna have to go on the boat and come get her. If I get Marsha fixed and I spend my money, you ain't getting that bike back. You gonna have to call Tyrone and tell him he better not come alone. Hey, call Tyrone. So we'll see what he say. But he's right. Nia says Sprint is changing over technology as well. Yes, they are. I told you, I thought I was going to have some extra money this month, but I didn't have it. I thought I was going to have some extra money. I was going to go up the Metro and get that Samsung we was looking at. I was gonna go up there and get that Samsung we was looking at, but now I got to the 13th before the bill was due on this. The problem is what it would take, because I would need the $40 to pay the phone bill. But the problem is, by the time you got to get the $60 plan, so that's 60, which means you're gonna be paying $20 more a month. But we would get the new phone. I wouldn't have to pay the $40 for this phone. But then you gotta spend $10 for the SIM card, $20 activation fee. You talking about $90. I got like $70, and that's gotta last me all month. And 40 of that 70 is going to the phone bill. So maybe next month. So we're gonna have to deal. We're gonna have to deal with it one more month. I know the picture quality is terrible. I'm gonna try. I might actually order. I might see if I can find a battery for the S5. See if I can find a cheap battery. And we might I'll look and see if I can find a cheap battery. So let's promote the bikes. 'Cause just because some people ain't doing what they supposed to be doing, that's not an excuse for me not to be doing what I should be doing. You know? So let's get it. Oh, by the way, the spare battery that I paid for, as usual, ain't moved nowhere. Friday, June 25th. What's the day? No movement. No movement. No movement. No movement. No movement at all. All right, let's push the bikes really quick. All right, let's start with the 899s. This is the Paselec PC1. PC1. But I've seen it online. We've seen it. It's called the PX3. So now we know what happened to the PX3. But they're calling it the PC1. They made some changes to it. It's got a motor that can max out at 660 watts. It's got 28-inch tires. But they got a low step through. 7-speed Shimano shifter. It has a cute little display. But what makes this thing stand out is that it has a 15-hour battery. This thing will go and go and go. 15 hour. 15 amp hours. 15 amp hours. Okay? It's lightweight for people who have bad legs, bad hips, bad back. This is the link. Here's the code. Brother Derek PC1. Let me copy that code. And let me send it to y'all. And let me show you what you do with it. You hit buy now. A 15-hour battery. 15-hour for $8.99. You ain't gonna beat that. What? Did I spell it wrong? Brother Derek PC1. There it is. Brother Derek PC1, $8.99. You can't beat that. And it comes in different colors. And it comes in orange. $8.99. 15-hour battery. Low step through. All right. Now, let's get to my bike. If you're looking for a foldable bike, you ain't going to find a better deal than this. If you're looking for the budget, y'all see me ride this bike. I was riding this bike in the start of the show. The Paselec PX5. 20-inch, 4-inch wide fat tires. It folds. It has a rack, a good rack at that. It has a suspension seat post and it has front suspension. 7-speed Shimano shifter, display, front and back lights. What do you need? Mechanical disc brakes. But this bike folds. You seen me ride this bike, 800 watts of power. I can only drool and be envious of Bobcat, because Bobcat is riding around with that 1100 watts of power behind him. And I'm looking at the daggone motor. It's like right here. And this bike won't let me experience it. I can only wonder. Hopefully they can fix it tomorrow. And then I can know what it's like to have that power. But this is what I do know. And it's sufficient. It does the job. 800 watts of peak power does the job. I got plenty of videos up. This bike, $8.99. You can't beat this deal. Hold on, let me get you the link. And then we have to go to Liz, because Liz has the hangout. We have to go to Liz, but this is for the Paselec PX5. My bike, the bike that I paid for. Let me go borrow this from Liz real quick. Uh-oh. The hangout acting stupid. Damn, we were talking that much? All we need is the code. Give me the code, man. Many times I put it in here. Now I can't find the code. Many times as I put it in here. There it is. Copy it. Let me put it in here again so I can find it easier. I have a hangout of my own, but the history turned off. I don't know how to turn it on. So if I put something there, it's gone. If I put something there and go look for it, it won't be there. But there's the link, and here is the code. And this is what happens when you put the code in. Y'all see that bike is $8.99. You looking for a foldable? You can't go wrong. $8.99. And they carry around my 281 pounds. You can't go wrong with this bike. You can't go wrong. But while we here, let me take a look at the predecessor, the upgrade. This is the Paselec P6. Did they still not have no black ones? Nope. Now, we had 4 of them yesterday, so apparently y'all ain't heed what I said. They got 4 of them. Why are you not getting them? This is a foldable e-bike, 20-inch, 4-inch wide fat tires. But this is the PS6. This is an upgrade. First of all, look at the rack. Look how sturdy that rack is. I love to put my pannier bags on that sturdy rack. It's got an 8-speed shifter instead of a 7-speed Shimano shifter. It's got hydraulic brakes instead of disc brakes. That's an upgrade. Instead of a seat post suspension, it has whole rear flame flex suspension. That's an upgrade. But what made this bike stand out? That motor. This motor peaks at 1100 watts. That's what makes this bike stand out. This is the best foldable e-bike that we have. And it's the best value. Hold on, somebody's calling me. Hello? Hey, how you doing? Look, I've been looking around trying to find people that's willing to work on the bike. Because a lot of them keep saying that they don't know what a Paselec is, and then they're afraid to touch them. And I keep telling them, you know, I know you heard of a Lahore, I know you heard of the same bike. It's like the same kind of bike, you know. And so the bike shop is only open from Wednesday to Saturday. So I'm going to take the Plus up the street tomorrow morning and see if they can do something with it. And if not, I found a place, but it's on the other side of town. I mean, it's going to be a $30, $35 cab ride, and I'm gonna have to request a van, and I'll put the GS9 in the back of it, and we gotta ride all the way to the other side. I mean, the other side of town, and I'll have them look at it.
The GS9 Plus, is that the problem of the panel AC?
I don't know what you mean. I mean, I can tell you what it does. When you hit the accelerator, the bike pulls forward, and it'll run for maybe 20 minutes. Then all of a sudden, you hit the throttle, it'll start hesitating, and then the 0-7 error come up. You let it rest for 10 minutes, then the bike ready to go on until you get to a steep hill. Then the bike will conk out, and they'll do that hesitating or won't do nothing, right? And then you just wait a while, and then they kick back in. And I'm afraid if I keep riding it, one day it ain't gonna kick back in. But so it's got to be something either in the controller or in the motor. And the pedal assist does not engage at all.
Because the GS9 Plus is the new product, so maybe that has something problem. We don't know. So I suggest you you don't press the GS9 Plus first, because the quality is not quite good, right?
You said the quality ain't good.
Yeah, the GS9 Plus. So you you shouldn't pass it at this time. You should pass the PS5, GS9, and G9.
The GS9 is in my bedroom, and you said you were sending a controller. You said you were sending a controller.
I have sent it to you, but I will give you the checking information. Yeah, we have sent you the GS9 controller and PC1
Yeah, the train ring, but I'm gonna hold off on that. I will test it tomorrow afternoon, cause I haven't touched it since the day that we got stranded. Because whatever it said that day, it might say something different tomorrow. But if the motor is blown, or if the controller is blown, is it worth the money to put it back into the PX1? Because we don't know which one it is.
PS1.
I don't know if it's the motor or if it's
Okay.
the controller because
If you know the problem, we can send you the replacement, and you can fix it. And yeah, I just told you that this the customer returned it, so it definitely have a problem. So
okay, so you saying don't? Well, we might as well go ahead because I don't know when that part gonna get here because the battery still ain't moved. You said you sent me another battery. That battery saying the same thing it said when you gave me the tracking number. So if you sent the wheel and the wheel for the PX1, and if you sent the controller, if they come in the same way, I might as well see if I can get the plus fixed in the meantime while I ain't doing nothing.
you still didn't get the PX5 battery.
Nope. That tracking number you gave me, it's saying the same thing it said when you gave it to me.
Okay, what?
That a tracking number
Lo-
was
Lost again?
labeled. It said a tracking number labeled. Hold on. I'll pull it up right now.
You can check it.
The tracking number you gave me is 280785110450. And it's still saying the same thing. Friday, June 25th, 2021, 3:06 a.m. That was when the label was made. And it ain't moved. It hasn't moved since.
Yeah. So just wait a few days, and if it's whether you can get it. Okay.
Is it on the boat?
GS9 Plus. Yeah, on boat. The battery is we send the battery, use a special way to send it to you. So if you take Tuesday
Okay,
from our factory.
so I'm still going to take I'm going to take the plus up to the bike shop. I don't think they can fix it, but we got another problem. I tried to give it a chance, and I took it out the other day, and it still did the same thing. But the pedal fell off. Just fell off. I mean, I got it on video. It just fell off. I didn't do anything. It just fell off, and it's not the pedal, but it's the arm. You know, on one side of the chain ring, on the other side of the bike, the left side, it's just an arm that comes out and then it goes to the pedal. That arm keeps popping off. I keep trying to. I gotta get a hammer. I keep trying to put it back on, and it comes off. The bike was just sitting there by itself. The thing just fell off. I'm like, what the hell? I teared the pliers and I banged it for 20 minutes. And then I hear this, an hour later, I hear, ta-ting, daggone thing, it fell off. And also, we got to figure out what's wrong with the front shocks. Is something wrong with the front shocks? Because
Do you mean the pedal assist doesn't work at any time when you're riding or you test it?
the pedal assist, I tried it in all the settings. It does not work at all.
Maybe this the pedal assist sensor is damaged.
so you think there's damage in the. Okay. I'll see if I can.
I,
That's
I
gonna be.
tried to send it. I sent a panel AC sensor to you, and you can. I don't know whether you can change it, or or maybe you can take it to a bike shop to fix it. Yeah.
Okay, it never occurred to
Right.
me. It never occurred to me. That's why the pedal assist not working, because it's a problem with the whole thing down there. Obviously, it got banged around in shipping because something wrong with the shocks. And when I mean something wrong, the shocks work, but when you lean forward, you get a ah. And when you hit the brakes, when you hit the front brake, you get a ah. Now, if you close the fork, you don't have no problem, but you don't have the suspension. You understand what I'm saying? If you close off the suspension, you don't get that ah. But if you open
So
it, you do. So, what could possibly be wrong there? Because the brake works, the tire is in it right, but something about the shock just. I mean, it's annoying. Like somebody across the street would be like, "That thing, what's wrong with that thing?" That's how bad it is. And so that's why I said, as we go from one thing to the other, there ain't no easy fixes.
okay.
But what my concern is, I don't want to spend so much on repairing the bikes that
So
you don't get any profit from selling them.
so we will let our factory and find out what happened with the GS9 Plus. We will show the problem first, and you can browse it again. Okay.
Well,
You
that's
now
that's what I'm gonna
now.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let the people know, and I'm gonna ask them, can they take it for a test drive? Because I might take it up there and it might do perfect. I might go up there and it might be perfect. I want them to test drive it for themselves, and I want them to come back and say, hey, I know what that is, or hey, I think I know what this is, and then maybe it's something that's not too expensive. You know, maybe it's something, it's not too expensive. But the brake pedal with the sensor,
Okay.
I didn't even think of that. Oh Lord, I didn't even think of that.
Okay. So is it also in vacation so stay. So I mean I not answer your questions quickly. I'm in our home, so I'm not working Thursday.
What? Hold on, say that again. You said you're not at work.
Yeah, I'm not at work Thursday. I'm on vacation, so maybe I will I'm back to work next week.
Okay. Alrighty.
Um,
I know you're not at work, but do you know? Do you have an idea of where I am, cash wise? Because I'm gonna take this bike up there, and if I have enough, and they can fix it, I'll go ahead and put it up. But I'm putting up my earnings, and I'm putting up my. I ain't got no money myself, but I'll put up my earnings from the coupons. That's why I keep asking you, where are we at? The last time we talked, we was at 350, right? But I don't know where we are now.
350, right? Yeah, you have the 350. Okay.
We haven't sold any all weekend. Oh, that's not good.
Here's the problem. Of our PayPal account. We set up a new
looking at the PX5, and I started the show showing me riding it, and we just sold one. Was that my coupon or was it not? Because I pushed it heavy. But we had 10 available, now we got 9 available.
Okay,
I also pushed the PX6.
PS6.
It's 4 of them in the green. 4 of them left on the website in the green. It was 2 black ones last week. I started pushing them. The black ones was gone, but we got 4 still left on the on in the green. And I've been trying to push them, trying to push the PX5. I've been trying to push the PC1. We don't have any more PX1s, and I've been pushing the G babies, G9, GS9, and GS9 Plus. I've been pushing them.
PX6 doesn't have many, doesn't have less in stock. We just have about 10 pieces in stock.
Yes, but as far as the foldables go, the PS6 is the best bike because of the 750 watt motor, and it having the 12-hour battery, it having the 8-speed shifter, and it has a heavier rack. It's a heavy duty rack on it, so that's an upgrade to the PX5. If they don't want to spend the $12.99 to get those extra features, then them getting the PX5 at $8.99 is understandable. If somebody doesn't want to pay the $13.99, and you have to lower that price because I saw it on Amazon for for 13 something. So on the GS9 you have to lower that. Take it back down to $12.99 if you can. Because really, the only difference between the G9 and the GS9 is the shock in the rear, the hydraulic brakes, and the 8-speed shifter.
You should know the G9's motor is not a high speed motor, so the core is less than the GS9 Plus.
But it's but it has the 500 watt motor, right?
Yeah, G9 is a 500 motor, but doesn't have how to say that?
Okay, so you're saying that the GS9 has a stronger motor than the G9?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll make sure to push that because it really ain't that much difference other than the hydraulic brakes and the 8-speed shifter instead of a 7-speed shifter. They got the same tires, they got the same battery, so just the hydraulic brakes, their rear suspension, and the shifter, that's really the difference between the two. And $8.99 and $13.99 is too far apart for them little bit of differences.
Yeah.
That's why I think you should bring that back down. You should bring the GS9 back down to $12.99, and I think we'll sell a lot of them. The GS9 Plus.
The G9 is sell well on Amazon. So you can Paselec, G9.
I'm gonna tell you something. If it would have worked for any kind of bit, I was going to do a video on the GS9, and I was going to tell the people whether you use the coupon or not, just mention my name. Because I know a lot of people are seeing the video, but they trust Amazon better than they do the website. and they don't realize that they spending more money for no reason.
Uh, that is that is a problem.
That's,
I just have some
you know, for some reason the Americans trust. They trust Amazon. You know, and even though
problem.
they'll see
I
me
also
offer the
I
coupon,
also ask them by
uh-huh.
yeah. I also ask them by the buying on our website, but they don't.
They
They
trust.
more
They
money
trust.
in the Amazon page.
They trust Amazon, and they believe that Amazon gonna get them their money back if something go wrong. And that's why it's hard to get the trust of the people. They trust Amazon. They know that Amazon is going to take care of them. You know, they know it. You know, and it's hard to get them to trust. You know, because they don't see y'all. You know what I mean? They don't know you. So it's kind of hard, you know, to get them to take a chance or trust you. But really, that's what I'm doing. I'm asking people to trust me, that I know what I'm talking about, and take a chance. And instead of spending, you know, all that money in other places, come spend it with us. That's why it's important to. That's why it's important for the people to know you, so they can trust you. Because, like I say, everybody know Amazon, and they know that Amazon will get them their money back if something go wrong. Same thing with
That's
eBay,
really it's not good for us.
right?
You know, somebody used to buy for 2 months and ask me for the refund or the return the buyback. Even even they have they just have some a little problem, and the customer also to ask the Amazon to return the buy or his money back. It's really not fair to us.
You have to tell them no. If they went in person
Yeah.
and tried to return these bikes, I can tell you the 2 bikes you sent me. If somebody would have came back 2 months later and said, "Hey, I want to return this bike," I would laugh from out my shop. I'm seriously, I would laugh from out my shop. I don't know why y'all letting them get over like that, because you letting them get over. I tell them you had the bike, you know, you got 7 days from the day that it's dropped off from the shipping. And in that 7 days, you haven't made a decision of whether or not you want to keep the bike. It's yours. Don't come back and if you need a part, I'll see about getting you a part, but you're going to pay for it. Because you've had it. I'm sorry.
We can send them the replacement to visit, but they also want to return the bike. It's really not fair for us.
It's not, but they're going to have the same problem that I'm having. Trying to find somebody to work on the bike. That's our biggest problem. Trying to find somebody that'll work on the bike, because if I could get a hookup and where I can make a deal with some people, you know, and be like, "Hey, come work on our bikes, and you know, I'll keep bringing them to you, and then you know we can ship them out." But don't nobody want to work on the bike because they don't know, and they're afraid that they're gonna get stuck somewhere. They gonna start working on it and think they know what they're doing, and then they're gonna wind up messing the bike up. That's the biggest problem. People are scared, you know. So every day I'm online and I'm calling places and I'm trying to find somebody that'll confidently work on the bikes. And when I can, we're gonna have to set up some kind of limit on how much you willing to spend on a repair. Is the bike worth repairing? for that price because you still got to remember we have to ship the bikes out to, unless I find somebody local, we have to ship the bikes out. And you know it costs $100 and something to ship an e-bike. So if you sell a bike for $500, you spent money to send it to me. You gotta spend money to fix it. Then you gotta spend money to ship it to somebody. Well, where's the profit?
Yeah, that's good advice. Okay.
I'm just saying that say if I can sell it for 500 and get somebody to pay 500 for it, and then spend 150 to send it to them, now that's 500 is down to 350. If you spend 100 and something to send it to me, now the profit is down to 150. You know, so and then we haven't paid for the parts yet and fixing the bike. That's why I said I don't know if it's profitable.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if it's profitable.
I will suggest to our boss and see how to solve those problems.
Now,
Okay.
hold on. When you talk to your boss, suggest this. Ask him to have his mechanics make videos showing you how to fix various things on the bike. Step-by-step videos where they can show you, and also make a section on the website where you can get parts at. You can get controllers and see.
We know that let you buy do a lot of work about how to teach the buyer to fix the bike or the using the bike. We don't do that. We don't have any video to show the people how to use it. So that's the problem.
Yeah, the people are getting them, and it's not doing what they think it was going to do, and then they want to send it back.
Yeah.
When all they had to do was adjust this or adjust that. So these are things that we can work on. These are things that are fixable. But Paselec has got to be willing. Yes.
Would you help me to take some video to how to use the bike? And you can take some video. Can you?
Yes.
Because we do the video, we don't you know that we are not American. Our English is not very well, and I don't know how to show the video to you know.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I show one of your videos, or when somebody that represents y'all, you know, in the Philippines or Asia, when they show a video, I turn the volume off. All I'm doing is playing music, and I sit there and I tell the people, you know, and they'll have words flashing across the screen, but I tell the people what those words mean. But not only what they mean, but how they can use these to better their life. And that's what's missing.
Yeah.
Having the words on the screen is okay, but you're not telling me why I should buy this e-bike. Oh, it got a 750 watt motor. That's cool, but I mean, what am I going to do with it? Well, hey, you could be out there riding in the street like me. You could be going to the hospital like me, going to the doctors like me on your e-bike. You ain't got to get on the mobility bus. You ain't got to worry about nobody hitting you in the back of your head. You understand what I'm saying? Hello? 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 Did he get? Hello? 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 Oh, what? It's gone. Oh, it's gone. All right, maybe we'll call back. Alrighty, y'all. I'm back. Sorry about that. That was the seller. I was telling him about the challenges that I'm facing. You know, trying to get somebody to work on these bikes. A lot of people don't know them. Matter of fact, none of the two companies that actually work on e-bikes, none of them mention Paselec or Same Bike or Alahora. They didn't mention any of them. They only mentioned the companies that are here in America. But they basically the same bikes, just a different name on them. And that's what people keep forgetting. They basically the same bikes, except one company might give you more features than the other company might. And that's what I promote, the features. What benefits do you get? What's better? Because somebody could buy, say for an example, somebody could buy an EcoTrick. Unless you spend at least $1,400, you're not going to get fenders. You're not going to get lights. You're not going to get the amenities. You're not going to get the amenities, especially if it's an Americanized company. They want to sell you the amenities. They want to sell you the accessories. They want you to buy the bike, and then they want you to spend all this money on accessories, like baskets and fenders and stuff that should come standard on the bike. You should have to get suspension. And you have to spend money after you buy the bike. What I like about Paselec is they give you the amenities. And when you look, you see as you go up in price, you get the amenities. $8.99 is dirt cheap. But the fact that you can get this bike on your screen right now for $8.99 is crazy. Nobody else will give you all these features for $8.99 with free shipping and have it to you in 7 days. There's not one company out there that can do that. Not one. But we need to get the word out. The Paselec G9. The same way I told you that my bike is faster than the PX1, which is right here. My bike has a stronger motor than this does. But we took it out and it did good. But they had 13 of them and they're gone. I want to know how many we sold. But for the foldables, $8.99, can't nobody beat this with all these features. That's why I stick with this company. Features. I have seen the PS6 available at other companies. They want you to pay $1,700. They want you to pay $1,600. We sell it for $12.99. $12.99 with my coupon. Do you want to save money and get good quality, or do you just want to waste money? That's a decision that you have to make. I can only show you. But for the money, $12.99 to get a 12 amp hour battery, to get that beautiful rack. Look how sturdy it is. To get that suspension. to get an 8-speed shifter, not a 7-speed. To get hydraulic brakes instead of mechanical brakes. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, if you watched the video yesterday, you saw me almost slide out into the middle of the street. There's a difference between disc brakes and hydraulic brakes. You didn't see me doing that on the GS9 Plus. Them hydraulic brakes stop on a dime. That's an upgrade. And normally to get that, you got to spend at least $1,300 to get that with nothing else. You'd be lucky to get a fork, suspension fork, and you'd be lucky to get an 8-speed shifter. You'd be lucky to get a battery that's bigger than 10.4. You just be lucky. The features that they give you are worth it. I don't want to have to buy a bike and then have to fix it up. If you got the money, get what you want to get and be done with it. Enjoy it. Why would you want to have to open your garage up and sit there and have to work on a bike? Go look on YouTube. Look at how many people do videos talking about how they did this to their bike. They did that. You should be able to buy the bike as you want it. You can buy these bikes as you want it with the features that you want and at a good price. That's what separates this company from the others. The others want to make their money off accessories. This company want to make its money selling you good bikes. This is the G9. It's the same as the PX1. Because the GS9 is an upgrade. But this is $899. To get a 13-hour battery for $899 is a steal. For the bike to look this sexy, it's a steal. But if you buying this because it's $899, and then later on you want to put this on it, you want to get that on it, then why not just go ahead? I'm trying to get him to bring the GS9. That's the Cindy. I'm trying to get him to bring the GS9 back to 1200. Just like the motor on my PX5 is stronger than the motor that's on the PX1. The motor on this GS9 is stronger than the motor that's on the G9. It's an upgrade. You get more power. You get the same 13-hour battery, but instead of disc brakes, you get hydraulic brakes. Instead of a 7-speed shifter, you get an 8-speed shifter. You get a color display. See, these are upgrades. I'm trying to get this bike back down to $12.99. This is our Jan Brady, the Paselec GS9. If you use my code, Brother Derek, GS9, no spaces, you can have this bike. But if 800 watts of power is not enough for you, if you want to step your game up, and you don't want a foldable, because I still think that this bike is the best value, because you get everything for $12.99, everything, and you get a motor that peaks at over 1,000 watts, 1,100 watts almost. But if you want something more attractive, if you don't need it to fold, then you can't go wrong with Big Sexy. You can't go wrong with the Marsha Brady. This is the most accessorized bike they have. It has a 9-speed shifter, not an 8-speed. It has the hydraulic brakes. It has the flex frame suspension. But this bike has 26-inch by 4-inch wide fat tires. And there's somebody who's ridden both the 20-inch and the 26-inch. The 26-inch is a lot smoother and it feels so much better. And hitting the bumps and hitting the curbs, you feel it less with the 26-inch, 4-inch wide tires. I can tell you because I've ridden them both. I'm telling you my experience. Now, because these are designed for the trails, these are designed for the fast commuter, somebody that's going to school or somebody that's going to work, and you throw everything in the backpack and you jump on it. Yes, you might have to go on Amazon and buy a rack. They only cost $20. You had to buy a rack and put it on there if you want it on there. Most people want to keep the clean design, but if you want to use this to go to the market with and carry things around, then yes, get yourself a rack. If you want to put a child seat on the back of this bike, do it. This bike is $1759. It's worth $2,000 or more for what they give you. But like I said, if you don't mind a foldable, the PS6 is only $12.99. It got the same 1100 watts of power. The battery is smaller on the PS6, 12 hour versus 14.5 hour. So this bike might get you 15 to 20 more miles per charge. See, that's why it costs more. But if you can do without that, the PS6 is the best bike to get. If you like to get that 15 to 20 extra miles out of your bike, if you want something that looks sleek, don't look like an e-bike, if you want to actually use the 9 gears, I'll be honest with you, I only use 3 and 4. So it's 9 on the bike right there, and it's 7 on the bike right there. I use 3 or 4. But for people that's into workouts and get intensive, them 9 gears will come in handy. What do you need? What do you want? That's the question. But the bikes that I show you fit every need that you want. If you need a foldable, get the PX5 or the PS6. $8.99 or $12.99. If you don't need the 1,000 watts of power, if 800 watts is enough for you, spend the $8.99. If you want something that looks like the plus right here on your screen, we got 3 versions for you. We got an $8.99, a $13.99, and this one is $17.59. You got a choice. You have a choice. Do you want the extra power and the extra gears? Do you want the hydraulic brakes over the mechanic brakes? It's a choice that you make. I've seen defenders that go on these bikes. I don't like. They look retarded. They look like. You ever seen them old movies when they show people chopping down the bananas and they had them big banana leaves? That's what it looked like, one of them big banana leaves hanging off the back of the bike. I think it make it look tacky. Some of y'all might love it. That's why you got a choice. Because you can go on Amazon and get some fenders for $4. Prime. If you want to add some fenders, you can do it. If you want to add a rack to this, you can do it. You can get a rack for $19.99. And then get you some pannier bags and carry your groceries and everything. Because I didn't realize it until I went and looked. I had wanted a PS6 to go to the market with, and I wanted a GS9 Plus to ride around in. But now, if y'all understand what I'm saying to you, but now, I want something different. I don't need both bikes. Both bikes have 1100 watt peak motors. If I can get the GS9 Plus, I can get the 9-speed shifting, the color display, the flex frame suspension, and I can buy a rack and put it on there. I can buy fenders and put them on for less than $30. So it just depends on what you want. But anyway, we've been talking about the e-bikes, and this is the e-bike channel. My life with the e-bike, what is that, 12? I was really tired from yesterday. I went out with the landlord in the morning. He rolled me around, picking on all these other tenants. I thought a couple times I wanted to go out there and fight. Because it almost looked like he was bringing me along as muscle. You understand what I'm saying? It seemed like he was bringing me along as muscle. I was like, hold on a second here. But that's what it seemed like. He was bringing me along as muscle. I'm like, I ain't your muscle. People were looking at me sideways, like, yeah, what he gonna do? I'm sitting back there like, hey, I'm a tenant just like you. Just give me the evil eye for. Look like you want to beat me up. What I do? I'm just saying. But I'm trying not to cross the line. Because to be honest with you, I like my PX5. I would love to have a PS6. But if I can get this GS9 Plus fixed, I'll be straight. Take the PX5 to the market and take the GS9 Plus everywhere else. What did I order for dinner? I talked to Liz hit me back, and I went on and just got I got a cheesesteak, French fries, and a diet tea, and I'm gonna go in there and I'm going there and watch the wrestling. The NXT came on USA tonight. They're supposed to be having the Great American Bash. For those of you that's old, you remember that the Great American Bash used to be a pay-per-view that WCW had back in the 80s and 90s for the summertime. They used to go around and have cards, and they'd be Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair and Magnum TA and the Road Warriors and the Four Horsemen, and they used to try and kill each other. They used to try to kill each other. Being all these, being in these cages with tops on them. This was before the UFC. But I'm gonna go in there and watch that. But I didn't want a day to go by without me coming and promoting the bikes. A lot of people think that I do this for money. No, I don't. I just told you why I do it. I want a PS6 sitting there in the corner with my pannier bags on it for the market. And I want a GS9 Plus to the store. He says the free Peacock app add all of the wrestling events too. I never watched it on Peacock. There's a website that lets you see all the wrestling. That's why I don't miss cable. I shouldn't do this, but I'll show it to you real quick. Because, see, I don't hide nothing. If you look here, WWE Raw, SmackDown, Main Event, NXT, WWE Pay-Per-View, WWE Superstars, Total Divas, Boxing, other sports, UFC, Japanese wrestling, AEW, TNA Impact, Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor. Y'all see all of that? It's covered. But under the pay-per-view, you get to see the boxing, and I'm going to come off of here. And that's what I was trying to tell them earlier in this year. When you hit the links, they redirect you to other channels. That's how they advertise. They redirect you. And you be getting, the virus be going off, talking about block the virus, and that's why I say, that's how we got that icon up there. But that allows me to see all the wrestling. That's why I stay live. A lot of people would stop going live and would go watch, the wrestling or the boxing or whatever. I can stay live because what happens is most of the things go off at 10 or 11 o'clock. If we keep going to 12, that gives them a chance to get the commercials out or whatever and put it together so that when I go, it's right there ready to go. It's right there ready to go. So I don't have to spend money on anything. The Army, the guy that runs the Army on YouTube, he shows the WWE pay-per-views to his fans for free on his website. I haven't been over there in years because I got these websites, and these websites let me see everything. Sometimes they might get a virus or something, but it's part of the game. Sometimes you have to click it. Like it'll be a part 1, part 2, part 3. You'll have to click the part 1 4 times and block out the well, I'll show you. Let me show you real quick. Y'all can see this. Let's go to AEW Dark, right? Right. Now this comes on YouTube, so it ain't a big deal. But let's just click it, right? Now you see it's clicked, all right? Now you see they got an advertisement, and look, they got something blinking right there. Look, threat secured. You don't know what they trying to put on your PC. You don't know what they trying to put on your PC. Then you come back and you click it again. And then you come over here and you click. You hit play. You come over here again, click it again. Hit play. Click it again. Now it's playing. You had to go through all of that. So just like for the Monday Night Wrestling, it's 3 hours. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. You gotta do that. So as soon as the only good thing is they take the commercials out. So at least you can sit down and eat. But as you start to get toward an hour, you're gonna have to stop and you're gonna have to go play with that thing. You say Hurricane Elsa. Well, when is she coming? Hurricane Elsa. But that's why people say he stay on. Well, because the longer I stay on, the more chance of them getting it together. Because, like for the pay-per-views, they'll have it in 20 parts. And they'll break it down in like 20 minutes. And we got to go through that every 20 minutes. You got to hit the escape button, go back, hit part 2, click it, click it, click it, click it, click it, You might get 20 minutes of viewing. Then you got to hit the escape button again, go back and hit part 3, and then click, 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 click. And like I said, you don't know, the danger is, you don't know what they're trying to slip on your computer. And we found out the hard way that one of them was a sex site. And they was able to put an icon on my screen, even though I never went there and clicked it. So be careful. But to get it for free, it's the risk I take. Nia said Thursday, I believe, she's expected to reach Maryland. Well, we haven't looked at the news today, so let's take a look at it. From a Lime scooter. That's crazy.
Also caught on camera, a suspect firing a gun from a rented Lime electric scooter. The incident happened last month in East Harlem at 2nd Avenue near East 116th Street. Police say a man was operating the scooter with a male passenger one afternoon, and that passenger pulled a handgun, started firing as people scrambled. It's not clear what the gunman was aiming at. No one was injured and no damage was reported. Police are hoping someone can identify those suspects.
I keep telling y'all. Oh, 1 hour ago, breaking news.
I've never felt so close to the possibility.
It had to be a commercial, didn't it?
Fort Bend County tonight near Cinco Ranch. That's where investigators say a father shot his son in a busy parking lot off South Fry Road in the Grand Parkway.
Our Roseanne Aragon live on the scene tonight with brand new information from detectives. Roseanne, do we know how all this started?
Well, what we know right now is detectives are saying the father was in this red sedan when his son pulled up in this BMW here, and then some kind of altercation occurred. Detectives are still trying to determine what led up to the shooting. Meanwhile, shoppers here were concerned. A shooting in daylight right in the parking lot of this shopping plaza on South Fry Road. Regular shoppers who frequent this Whole Foods.
Almost every week.
But amongst the bustle, crime scene tape. Fort Bend County Sheriff's deputies say a father and son were having a physical altercation when the father shot the son in the neck. Rebecca Duckworth was hoping to go to the ATM, but saw this.
I haven't seen anything out here, so it's really kind of disturbing to see something happen in the middle of a parking lot.
For shopper Eric Ng, he says it's a parent's nightmare.
It's a big concern as a father, and I got 2 little ones. Families love here. We got a restaurant there, it's a Whole Food.
Locals here say it's a nerve-wracking and very sad situation overall.
To think that, you know, just 10 minutes ago I could have been at the ATM and seen all of that take place, it just kind of gives me chills.
Now, deputies say the son was transported to the hospital and is in stable condition, expected to survive. No one is in custody. Deputies tell me they're in the process of talking with both the father and the son right now. That is the very latest. Reporting live from the Grand Lakes community, Roseanne Aragon, KPRC 2 News.
Thank you, Rose.
That daggone shame. You can't do it's sickening. Hold on, 1 hour ago. Darn.
Breaking news to pass along tonight, this time out of Southeast Houston. The Houston police chief telling us one of his officers shot and killed a man during a struggle inside of an apartment complex.
Our Keith Garvin is live on the scene tonight off of Park Place and Reveille. And Keith, we understand there was more than just one suspect involved in the scuffle.
That is correct, Chris Dominique. There are actually two suspects. One of them is dead. The other, whom they believe is related to him, is now in custody. Let me give you a look across the street behind me. This is the apartment. You can see that it's still a very active scene. The Villa Perry Apartments is the name of them. Police tell us just before 6:30 they were called to these apartments responding to a woman who called and said that she had been assaulted by her husband. Investigators say an officer arrived to assess the situation, went inside that apartment, and when that male attacked the officer. There was a struggle, they say, between the officer and the suspect, and police say that's when a relative of the original suspect also got involved. This is how Chief Troy Fenner described the situation.
Officers and the suspect went to the ground. The suspect tried to disarm the officer. At some point, that officer's gun discharged. They continued to struggle. The officers giving him commands to stop. He didn't. As they were struggling with the gun, our second officer feared for the officer's life and discharged, striking the suspect.
Again, that one suspect is dead after being struck by the officer's gun. The other suspect related to the deceased has been taken into custody. This, of course, is the second night in a row that a Houston police officer has been involved in a shooting. No officers were injured. Per their policy, the officer who shot the suspect, he will be placed on administrative leave pending the investigation. We're live from Southeast Houston. Keith Garvin, KPRC 2 News.
So he gets a vacation. Pretty much.
Also,
he gets a vacation, and with the best weather in the year. This is crazy.
5:35 to a developing story. Part of the North Freeway is back open this morning after the death of a teenager.
Investigators say she jumped out of a moving car last night near FM 1960. KPRC 2's Vincent Crivelli joins us live from the scene with what led up to this tragedy. Vince?
Lisa, good morning. Detectives are still working out all the details in this deadly situation, but they do say that the mother and daughter had been arguing before this all unfolded. Overnight, a horrific situation on the North Freeway in Harris County. Investigators say while traveling in a car, a mother and her teenage daughter were arguing. Then for some reason, the teenager jumped out of the vehicle.
On arrival, deputies learned that a juvenile female was confirmed deceased.
Right now, detectives are trying to figure out why she exited her mother's car and what killed her. Investigators say they spoke with a witness driving behind the mother and daughter who swerved out of the way.
But we don't have a witness that can say that she was actually struck by a vehicle at this time.
Of course, the investigation continues, and at last check, authorities say they believe the victim was 15 years old. Reporting live in North Harris County, Vincent Crivelli, KPRC 2 News.
Vincent, thank you.
Damn. Alrighty, y'all. Let me let y'all get out of here. I only plan to come on and show the bikes. We've been on for 2 hours and 21 minutes. It's going on 1 o'clock. I'm gonna let my neighbor sleep. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna bring the camera, the 360-degree camera. I'm gonna bring that, and I'm gonna take us up to the bike shop, and hopefully they have the know-how to fix that one problem. But the seller gave me an idea, something that I didn't think of. Shipping. Because the bike came with the wheel attached, but the front wheel not attached. The center of it was holding it up. If it got banged during shipping, to the point that the pedal fell off for no reason, maybe it got damaged in the shipping. Or maybe that's why the pedal assist don't work. Maybe something got damaged down there. That will cover that. But also the shocks. The wheel was beside the bike in the box. So that means that the shocks and the front were, and they almost the same level, they were on the ground. I wonder if the bike got banged around, and that's why the shocks is, maybe the shocks and the pedal and stuff got banged around, and maybe that's the reason why the shocks were crying. Maybe they got banged around, and maybe that's the reason why the pedal came off. Maybe it was getting hit, and it might have messed up the pedal assist. So I can't say it's good to know, but I know that the battery was not inside the bike. That luckily the ring ain't damaged. But I do believe that that's how the pedal assist got messed up, because, like I said, y'all watched the video yesterday, y'all saw the pedal fall off. When we went to the hospital, the pedal was stopping me from actually pedaling. And I took a pair of pliers and I banged it back on, but you saw it come off again. So it's some damage down there somehow. But anyway, hopefully they can fix it. And if not, we're going to have to take it all the way across town and see if they can fix it. Or try to place that the mobile mechanics that he was talking about. So y'all have a great night. Thanks for watching. As Nia would say, see you soon. As I say, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great day. Peace, and we out. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it.